from doing that.
Johnson, the boxer, Savarese, the puncher. Not to say Johnson doesn't have some pop.
When I talked to Lou a couple of days ago, he told me that he really thought that Ruiz in their fight showed that if you put a lot of pressure and you're relentless on Johnson, that he will wilt a little bit. And so he said he wanted to back Johnson up, make Kirk Johnson fight backing up, which he doesn't think he would do as well.
Right hand over the top by Johnson. First punch that matters of this fight.
Johnson quite aggressive for him here in the opening moments.
He's fought only one fight since that DQ against John Ruiz. That was against a guy named Jeremy Bates. He whacked him in the second round.
It's not usually about knockouts with Johnson. He has a decent punch, but he's a skilled guy. This is a guy who really knows his way around the ring. Savarese has gotten himself into very good condition for this fight, as he was when he fought Witherspoon.
Yeah, and that was probably his best fight. He has not fought since then. That was in September of last year. Good right hand by Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson picking Savarese apart here in the first round. Keep in mind, however, that Witherspoon landed a monstrous, devastating right hand in the first round of their fight, and he was able to survive that and then came back and was able to get Witherspoon out of there. He credited his conditioning to that. That is not an option.
No, it is not. Slip. You know, it's interesting, though, Rich. You look at the left eye of Lou Savarese, and it's got some swelling under it already. And you would have to think that maybe that had already started before he ever stepped in there, because it's very quick.
Kirk's landed some clean punches, some very good jabs, and a good strong right at one point.
Stop! Right! Let go! Step back.
Must have been a mild clash of heads there in the corner, because Lawrence Coles gave both of them a look over their heads when they came out of there.
Savarese blocked that right hand from Johnson.
Let go of him. Let go of him.
Impressive first round for Johnson, mixing it up, combinations, using his speed and his very good boxing ability.
Savarese finishing the round better. He's getting that left hand up now, and that right coming over the top is not getting there as it did early in this round.
Kirk Johnson was fairly heavily favored over John Ruiz when they fought for the WBA title last year. It was a close fight. I had Ruiz ahead. Most of those at ringside did have Ruiz ahead. And, of course, the judges all had Ruiz ahead. But Johnson was very much in the fight, and that was with having some points deducted because of the low blows.
Left hand by Johnson. Savarese unable.
Threw him out of there. I think it was 4 rounds, and that really catapulted Johnson into the mix in the heavyweight picture.
And he fought him just like this. I saw the fight. He was just like this. He was very elusive first, landing his shot. The rule in boxing is to hit your opponent and not get hit. That's exactly how Johnson is fighting it.
Yeah, he really looks quick. He looks sharp. He's been able to stick the jab, hasn't used it a lot, and he'll hook with the left hand too.
Got Lou following him. You get your opponent following him, he runs into punches like that.
Sure did.
Savarese getting that right hand home for the first time. It's a very powerful shot. His right does carry good power.
Very powerful, but that's not what he needs right now. Right now, Lou Savarese needs to utilize his speed. Take the power off. Come in with the speed. Try to corner up your opponent. Muscle him a bit. Tire him out. Build it up for late rounds and go downstairs. Body shots accumulate. Your head punches, your opponent can shake off. Lou's still head hunting.
I think Johnson would like to keep this fight rather in the center of the ring as much as he can, as he's doing right now.
Johnson had been confusing Savarese with straight punches with his left, but watch how he comes up with the right uppercut. And he'll really take Savarese by surprise. Savarese looking for that left, instead the right uppercut from underneath.
Third round, the first 2 to Kirk Johnson.
I think Kirk Johnson has fought 2 of the most effective rounds of his career. So far he's looked spectacular, but he's got a relentless foe in front of him. This is a long fight, Barry, 12 rounds. Savarese is a guy with a lot of heart, and he's very dedicated, and he's very determined tonight. He's going to keep coming after Johnson.
think it's important that Johnson keep this fight in the center of the ring.
Kirk Johnson wants Lennox Lewis. He's hoping he can make that fight. He thinks it'd be a spectacular draw in Canada if they were to fight up there, and I think he's probably right. Johnson's Canadian, and of course, Lennox Lewis has Canadian roots too.
Right now, let's go to Sean O'Grady, who's with an old pal, Lou Duva. Champ?
Oh, yeah, great boxing man. Duva Promotions promotes Kirk Johnson. What do you see from Kirk?
He's boxing beautiful right now. You know, he's got to keep snapping that jab at this guy. This guy's got a good chin. He's got to go to the body once in a while and then come right up on top. This is an important fight for both of these two guys. You know, they're both at the crossroads fight now.
Right.
The winner of this fight can go up and fight for a title.
Can Kirk continue this for 12 rounds, Lou?
Yeah, he's got good legs. He's got good legs.
He's pecking at that left eye. You think you see more of that next few rounds?
I see Savarese's left eye closing up right now, and I think it's going to get worse and worse.
It could be just a matter of time.
Matter of time, but Kirk's got to keep that snapping that left jab.
The man of knowledge, Papa Lou Duva. He knows it all, guys.
He is that. This is round 3, scheduled for 12. So far, it has been a fight that has been dominated by Lou Duva's guy, Kirk Johnson.
Although it is Curtis Coates who is his trainer now, chief trainer.
A little clash of heads there.
Hold on. See the way Kirk Johnson actually pushed Savarese through, so he could get him at long range. Oh, that quick jab, just sneaking out there, Bill.
It's good, isn't it? And I'll tell you, that left eye is not looking good of Lou Savarese. They're starting to get a little redness above the eye, and you can even see the scar tissue on that eye. Hasn't started to bleed yet.
Lou is going to have to land some meaningful shots because he's just being clearly outboxed here and outfought.
Yeah, he really is. And they got some work to do on that eye in the corner.
Time!
Effective with the jab right on that eye. That's becoming a real problem. There it is again. You see it. He's aiming that jab right in that eye, and it's taking effect.
And in the corner of Lou Savarese, they really did not have any sort of sense of urgency about that eye. There was a little smear of blood, and they took care of that, but they didn't get any ice on it. They didn't get the end swell on it, and those are things that you would expect. I'm not necessarily trying to criticize, but
it surprised me, Barry. They didn't. He's got a real swelling going on there, and they didn't treat it.
Right now, let's go into the corner of Lou Savarese and another old pal, Bob Spagnolia, who is with the champ Sean O'Grady. Sean?
Thanks, guys. Bob Spagnolia is the agent of Lou Savarese. What are you seeing, Bob?
Well, we knew Johnson's a very quick starter. He does very well early in the fight, and we got to get through that. We want to press him more and extend him. That's what we're in the process of doing.
So you're going to try to come on stronger as this fight continues. Do you think Kirk will fade?
Well, I mean, listen, we sure hope he fades from this early round performance. He's nice and quick and fast, and we haven't shortened up the distance yet.
So far, it's really a ball game. The next couple of rounds, what are you going to have him to do? He's got to stay in this fight.
No, well, we'd like to be on the body a little bit more. Yeah. We're a little hesitant down there, but we just got to shorten up the distance and try to land our right hand.
I'll tell you something. He's got a great set of whiskers. Back over to you guys.
He's also got a little blood coming from the nose now. In fact, more than a little bit, Rich.
For the first time, Savarese got some jabs in, and Kirk Johnson seemed almost...
And he dropped him with an uppercut. A huge uppercut dropped Lou Savarese. And I don't know if he's going to make it.
Lou's out of it. They got to stop the fight anyway, even if he does. He's down.
That was a thing of beauty. A huge uppercut.
That is the best I have ever seen Kirk Johnson look in a ring. He looked absolutely spectacular. He is right back in the mix, and nobody can be sure of victory against Kirk Johnson. All right, take a look at it now. He misses the right, but he keeps coming forward. There's that jab from long range. It actually stunned Savarese. And oh, man, Savarese, you can just see Lou's eyes roll back in his head. He was on the way down. That is a classic knockout. Good jab to set it up. But watch the finisher. Right there. Oh, man, a 45.